taxation in retirement and your taxation of Social Security benefits. I can't tell you how many times I get this question for the clients I deal with when it comes to retirement planning. So we're going to go over it, the whole thing, from nuts to bolts, front to center, and because you got to know. I mean, if you're overestimating your taxes and your income taxes, you could be making a significant mistake when it comes to retirement planning. So don't forget to click subscribe, the whole thing. You know how the whole thing works. If you're not new to YouTube, subscribe, the thumbs up, the whole thing. So, all right, let's go to this. We're going to assume we have a family, and we're just going to say it's a median household is $60,000. All right, $60,000 is household income. And for the time being, we're just going to say, we're not going to separate the husband and wife. We're just going to say it's one person with a median household income of $60,000. And we're going to say it's a single person, all right? No married, no nothing like that, for singles. All right, so what we do, we're going to say if he's averaged or she's averaged $60,000 over the course of his or her working career, we know very quickly how this is going to shake out, because we say, okay, the average wage index, again, your earliest year of eligibility is when you turn 62, and they inflate your previous year's earnings and for today's numbers, essentially. So we're going to say, in 1995, this guy was making $30,000, which may or may not be the equivalent of $60,000 today. You don't really need to know all this stuff. You just need to know what your AIME is, your averaged indexed monthly earnings. And if we have an average indexed yearly earnings of $60,000, that's what you made today. The equivalent of $40,000 20 years ago, $20,000 40 years ago, and so on and so on. We have a pretty good estimate of what your average index monthly earnings is going to be. So we're just going to use this $60,000. We're going to say is your averaged earnings each and every year, inflated, adjusted for inflation, with what's called the average wage index. All right. So what we do is we say, okay, $60,000 is what you made on average every year of your work. We times that by 35, and actually I don't know what that is, so I need to get my trusty calculator. Because again, we're trying to solve for our AIME. So you have $60,000 times 35, and that's $2,110,000. 2,100,000. That is our total indexed earnings. Total indexed earnings. And again, indexed is a critical thing here. The I. That means it's inflated, adjusted for inflation. So we're trying to find our average index monthly earnings. Well, first we need to know what our total index earnings is. I'm telling you, I'm going to get people, you're not adjusting for inflation. Yes, we are. For the love of the good Lord, we are adjusting for inflation. That's why it's indexed. Index and inflation is synonymous. So what we do is we divide that by 420, because there's 35 years. Social Security only takes your top 35 years of indexed earnings, not your top 35 years of actual earnings, your top 35 years of indexed earnings, and everything else just goes away. And 35 times 12 equals 420. So there's 420 months and 35 years of indexed earnings. Now we're trying to find our average indexed monthly earnings, the M here. So we take 210, our trusty calculator, divide by 420, and that gives us $5,000 a month, which ironically is exactly what I initially said. So our aim, our $5,000 a month, is our average index monthly earnings. So if our annual indexed yearly earnings, or our annual index earnings, is $60,000 a year, our average index monthly earnings is $5,000 a year. All right, so hope that makes sense. All right, now we got an AIME of $5,000. So what we're going to do next, all right, remember, there's just one guy or one lady. That's it. We're going to do single people here. All right, so we got an AIME of $5,000. So we say AIME $5,000. And we know very easily we're trying to solve for our PIA, our primary insurance amount. If you wonder what I'm looking at, I'm trying to see my little buddy Pablo down here, because he's already got out twice today. He actually escaped underneath the garage door. As I was closing the garage door, he went flying out from underneath it. I had to chase him down the street. Little knucklehead. So we're trying to find out our PIA. And remember, our primary insurance amount is the amount that we get at our full retirement age. I was born in 1970. My full retirement age, my FRA, is 67 years old. So my PIA, my primary insurance amount, is a Social Security benefit I get at my full retirement age when I turn 67. The way we figure this out is we take our AIME, the first 926 of that we times by 0.9, because these are the bend points. Anything from 5,000 to 926 we times by 0.32. And actually, is anything over 5583 we times by 0.15. In this case, we don't have anything over 5583, so we don't need to worry about this third bend point because we don't have enough in our average index monthly earnings. Because average index monthly earnings is not the amount we make from Social Security. We have these bend points we got to look at and determine our PIA. So 926 times 0.9 equals 833. I'm just rounding down, actually. It's 833.4. I'm just rounding down. 5,000 minus 926 is 4074. Times that by 0.32 is 1304. 1304. So that equals 2136. It's actually 2137. So our PIA is 2137. That is our PIA. So if I averaged $60,000 a year of index earnings, my primary insurance amount, the amount of Social Security benefit I take when I turn 67 years old, my full retirement age, is 2137. So we take 2137 divided by 5,000. That means I'm replacing 42% of my income. So that right there replaced 42% of income. All right, so that in of itself, you're like, oh, that's not that much. Well, let's keep going down here because I'll show you why you have to look more into this. All right, so we got to remember, we made $60,000 a year. We're getting 2137 as our PIA. 2137, you got our PIA. All right, keep that in mind because it's going to be important. What everyone screws up on, I'm just telling you. What are you doing over there, big man? So 2137 PIA. 5,000 a month is our AIME. That's a 42% replacement rate, roughly replacement rate. But what does this not consider? Well, if you're making $60,000 a year, we immediately lose 7.65% to FICA. All right? So we're going to immediately lose, what's that, 4,200, something like that? 60,000 a year minus 7.65%, 4590. So we lose 4590 to FICA. We still got to pay tax on that. And so if we're single, we take, let's just say we contribute 10% to a 401k. FICA, 6,000 to 401k. We got, so that's $50,000 of income. We subtract $13,300 for single taxpayer. I'm just assuming that's the standard deduction. We can use whatever we want to. Let's just use 12,000. We're going to say 12,000 for simplicity. So we got 48,000 is our AGI. The first 90, I can't remember what the tax brackets were. We're just going to say it's an effective tax rate of 11%. The first, for a single, I don't have my tax brackets here. Oh, do I? Hold on just a second. No, I don't. Shoot. I don't have tax. So we're going to say effective tax rate of 11%. Minus 11% tax rate. So 11% tax rate on $48,000. That's $48,000. That's $52.80. So we're going to lose all this right here to Fed tax. And then we'll say another 5% to the state of Georgia, if you live in Georgia. So 48,000, 5%, times 5%. That's another 2,400 to the state of Georgia. So if you're making $60,000 a year, how much are you actually netting? Well, we're losing $10,590. So we got 10,000, 2,400 plus 5,280 plus 6,000 plus 4,590. 18,270 is what we're paying in total taxes and 401k. 18,270. All right, so 60,000 minus 18,270 equals what? It's gonna be what, 41,000, something like that? Yeah. It's 41,730. All right, so that's what we're making net of taxes right there. Net of FICA, net of 401k, net of state and federal taxes, 41,730. Divide that by 12, 3, 4, that's a 3, 4, 7, what did I say? 3, 4, 7, 7, 7. 3, 4, 7, 7. That's our monthly take-home pay. Take-home. 3,477. So 3,477 divided by 2137, 77, 2137. That is equal. Or 2137 divided by 2137 divided by 3,477. That's actually a 62% replacement rate net of taxes. All right. So you see how I got that? So basically, people say, "Oh my goodness, I'm only getting 2137, but I was making 5,000 a month. That's not enough." Well, you weren't living off 5,000 a month because you had to pay all this right here in taxes and 401k contributions. You're putting $6,000 a year into your 401k. You had to pay FICA. You had to pay state and federal. There's no getting around that. So you were losing 18,270 right out the gate. So 18,270 subtract from your gross income leaves you with 41,730 of actual spending money, and that's before commute time and all that stuff too, and eating out and whatnot. Buddy, what are you doing? My dog is crazy. That's why I love him. I would not have anything but a crazy dog in this household. All right, so your take home is 3,477. Social Security is giving you 2,137, which is a replacement of 62% of that. Now, if you wait till you're 70 years old before you take your full benefit, 2,137 times 1.24, you get 2,650. So you could actually increase this, divided by 3,477. You could actually increase that to 76%. So that's without even blinking an eye. But we're just gonna go off this right here. All right, so stay tuned for the next video. So we got 2137. All right, we know that's gonna be what our AIME is, our PIA. All right, and I'm gonna show you something else. So we got 3,477 was our take home. All right, so watch this. So we're just gonna simply say, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do the next video. So we got 2137 is our PIA, 3,477 was take home. And if we're comfortable living on 3,477 in retirement, while we're working, presumably be comfortable living off that once we retire too, right? So in fact, I'd probably say we need less. So basically, we need to make up, what's that, $1,340 a month. So we have a $1,340 a month deficit. Can we make that up? Well, that's where the taxation is going to come in. We're going to show you here in just a second. So hang tight. Come back here in just a second. Thanks now.